much for sticking with us on Weather Nation. I know we just touched on the heat, but out west, the heat is really building.
Yes.
And this is going to be a big forecaster and a big player in the weather game over the next few days.
Because, you know, it affects a lot of people, but it also affects, you know, the fires out there.
That's
we're
true.
watching that. So, you know, as we're knee deep in fire season, we've got mini blazes going on out there. And it's blazing across many places, just too hot. Find ways to get...
And around the area. So here's Santa Clarita, California, close to Los Angeles, and we have the sand fire. And this is just such an angry fire. We talked with someone earlier this week that said this just raged out of control and just seemed like it was such a vengeful fire. And so that's what we're seeing with this, is it was viewed by a lot of people because it was so close to Los Angeles. A lot of people got a good look at this fire. 38,000 acres, 65% containment. Now we're finally getting a better handle on this, with over 3,000 firefighters involved in fighting this. And then near Salinas, we also have another fire, and you can see how that smoke is really spreading up into Fresno. So the Sobranas fire, 27,000 acres, and unfortunately only at 10% containment. So again, this is really kind of out of control, and that number of acreage will go up. 34 homes destroyed, 2,000 threatened. So this is once again in another very populated area. Unfortunately, we can see wildfires that go for thousands and thousands of acres and don't affect any structures. They're in a rural area, but in California, these fires are really close to some residential areas. So we've got fire and smoke. This is through Idaho and back into Wyoming. We've got a few fires that we're keeping an eye on. The Lava Mountain Fire, 12,000 acres. Cliff Creek Fire, 21,000 acres. And that's kind of a dangerous situation because we've got a lot of people traveling through that area near Yellowstone. So that's also dangerous. And we're looking at the Pioneer Fire, 12,000 acres, and actually above that. Cliff Creek Fire, what we were talking about is that that's at 15% containment. And we have the cause now. They investigate the causes, and that is from lightning. So that's one of the big dangers here. And then we have the fire that we were looking at, the Lower Ebbs Fire, and that's once again what we're looking at in Utah. So that's spreading some smoke around, and we've got 5,000 acres, but it's at 45% containment. That was actually started July 23rd. So we're kind of going through all of these fires, talking about how the heat is really affecting it and making it even worse. Here we have the heat advisory through Nevada that you can see down towards the south of that, an excessive heat warning down through Needles, Blythe, and including Las Vegas. We are looking at really high temperatures all the way through this afternoon. But Mike, let's push it on down